Who wins when markets break? What actually survives? For our project, we wanted to test those labels using one simple question. If you put $100 into an asset at the start of a crisis, what would happen to it? We compare old money assets like gold, bonds, banks, utilities, and energy against new money assets like tech, semiconductors, innovation stock, and Bitcoin across 6 real market crises. And to begin, we start with looking at cash because even doing nothing has a cost. And when you click on this chart, it shows how cash quietly loses purchasing power before we even pick an asset, which shows the effects of inflation. And looking at the Nasdaq 100 asset during the dot-com crash, we can see it didn't do too well by the end of it, ending at $18. And this is way worse than the SPY benchmark of $58. And we can even make a comparison with this Nasdaq asset to all other assets and see that it performed the worst at a return rate of negative 82.5%. And when we compare the old money and new money average groups together, we see that new money did horrible during the dot-com crash with an average return rate of negative 81.7. And this is depicted by the graph here. And now for the most interesting part about our project is that you can look at a multitude of assets or a single asset beyond a single crisis, as you can see here. And below we have a market sheet, which basically gives a rundown about how each asset did in every episode. And below we have our portfolio, which lets viewers construct their own multi-asset strategy and test it against the S&P 500 from any starting year, which allows viewers to test their instinct against the S&P 500 benchmark. And this is an example of a portfolio when you pick these assets. And for the takeaway of our project is that no single asset wins every crisis. Safe depends entirely on what kind of crisis you're in. And this project lets you test the idea directly across real data instead of just trusting the label.